First one topic is the convention of signs of distances. Convention of signs of distances. Now, before that, we have to draw a coordinate system. Suppose like that. So where O is the origin, that is our X, that is our Y, as usual, that is our X dash, and that is our Y dash. That is our +1. Then according to that Y direction, that is our +1. According to that direction, that is -1. And according to that Y dash direction, that is our -y. In that way, we have the convention of signs of distances. Now, what we can do? Now, in trigonometry, we measure the distances in 3 directions. In 3 directions. The first one is the horizontal. That means horizontal direction means the OX and OX dash. Second one is the vertical direction. That means according to OY and OY dash. And the third one is the direction of the revolving line. Direction of the revolving line. Now the revolving line means, suppose we have that one is the revolving line. So we can say it is as OP, like from where we are finding the counterclockwise angle direction. So according to that, the direction is the revolving line. Suppose that is OP. So the convention of signs. So the convention of sign is always the distances measured along OX, OY, OP are positive. Is that positive or not? And another one, that is distances measured along OX dash, OY dash are negative. So that means positive and negative, these 2 directions are practically counted. So according to that, we have to think about another one topic. That means that one is known as the domain and range of circular functions. Remember the last class, there were, we already have a unit circle we had, and we had the coordinate system. O is the center, that one is the X, that coordinate is the Y, and according to that we have a unit circle, unit radius circle, and that one is our P, which is called as XY, the value of coordinate, and we have drawn a perpendicular, and where R is equal to 1, and according to that we had the alpha or theta, whichever that is. Now that XY means that one is our X and that one is our Y. That is the previous class already we have discussed how we can find out. Now, according to that, we are drawing another coordinate system. And you can find it here that whatever we are doing, x, y, x dash, y dash. According to that, we have in the first quadrant, that is first quadrant. In the first quadrant, we have x greater than 0, y greater than 0. That is always. In the second quadrant, we have x less than 0. If that is our center of origin, that means that side is always plus, that side is always plus, that side is always minus, that side is always minus. So obviously x must be less than 0, but y is always greater than 0 here. In the third quadrant, we have x less than 0, and that is also y less than 0. And in the fourth quadrant, we have x greater than 0, but y is less than 0. So what is happening here? Now, in the unit circle, we may say in the unit circle, that means the radius is 1. So always x and y lie between -1 and +1. That is -1 less than equal to x less than equal to 1, and -1 less than equal to y less than equal to 1. Once again, I am describing it. As it is an unit circle, so that means radius is equal to 1. So obviously that part would be +1 up to that. So up to that position, that must be -1, that complete distance. Same as, so x is always belonging between -1 and +1. Same as for y. That part is +1, that part is -1. So always y also belonging in between -1 and +1. That is the case of the unit circle. That's why. And obviously we have according to the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So according to t function, what should happen? So we are drawing once again another coordinate system. That is x, that is x dash, plus y, and that is y dash. It should be simply y. So in the first quadrant, that is our first quadrant, all the t functions means the trigonometrical functions, sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, sec theta, and cot theta are positive. All the t functions are positive. In the case of second quadrant, only sin theta and cosec theta are positive. In the third quadrant, only tan theta and cot theta are positive. And in the fourth quadrant, only cos theta and sec theta are positive. Practically, whatever we can say here, that is in single line we call all sin, tan, cos. Sometimes it is also pronounced as or defined as add for all. That means the starting letter is A, then sugar for S for sine, 2 T for tan, and C for coffee. Add sugar to coffee, like that. So first quadrant means all the T functions are positive. In the second quadrant, only the sine or cosec. Cosec means 1 by sine. So that should be obviously positive. Tan in the third quadrant. Fourth quadrant, cos theta and sec theta are only positive. So from here, we can say another derivation. Like sin theta means we have, you can remember the last class also, sin theta means y, cos theta means x. So if for all the real values of theta, we have tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta. That means y by x. And sec theta, that means 1 by x. Now look at the value. Y by x, that is the important term, or 1 by x. If we have x is equal to 0, that means the value of tan theta, that is y by 0, is practically undefined. We cannot define it. So what is happening when we have x is equal to 0? That may happen only, x is equal to 0, that may happen only for the axis of y. On the axis of y, we have x is equal to 0. Remember, that 0, that means x is always 0. Suppose that point, that is suppose 1 comma 0 comma 1. Suppose that one 0 comma 2. Suppose that one 0 comma 3, or that one 0 comma minus 1, 0 comma minus 2, in that way. So always the y-axis means we have x is equal to 0. That is the equation of the y-axis. So when we have x is equal to 0, that means the axis of y, or we can say more further, coincides with the y-axis. Which one? The revolving line. Then theta values are pi by 2, 3 pi by 2. Once again, I am defining more. 4 pi by 2. Let's check it. Suppose we have that coordinate system. X, x dash, y, y dash. So when it is the revolving line, suppose that is our revolving line, that is OP. So when it is coincide with y-axis, so at that moment, when it is coincide with y-axis, that means P is here. So always the angle is counterclockwise like that theta. So the first one means theta may be pi by 2. That means 90 degree. Or after a complete rotation. So that is the first rotation, then another pi by 2. Like that, 1 plus pi by 2. So it may be 3 pi by 2. Or two rotations. First rotation, second rotation, then another pi by 2. Or it may be 2 plus pi by 2. So it may be 5 by 2 pi, like that, whatever be the rotations are. Another one, if we consider it in the positive direction, it may be in the negative direction also. That means it may be from that direction. So it may be minus pi by 2. Suppose not from here to here. That means minus pi by 2. It may be possible if we have a complete rotation, then another. So that is the first rotation, then once again minus pi by 2. So like that, it may be minus pi by 2 or minus 3 pi by 2 or minus 5 pi by 2, like that. So, or we can write it here, minus pi by 2, minus 3 pi by 2, minus 5 pi by 2, like that. So whatever we can say, the theta may be 2n plus 1 pi by 2. So what we want to say, when n is any integer, what we want to say, that is for only 10. That means on the y-axis, or when we have the revolving line is on the y-axis, for which we are trying to find out the value of tan theta. So when the value of tan theta, that remains as tan of 2n plus 1 pi by 2, where n is any integer, has undefined value. If you can remember, tan 90 degree, that means sin 90 is equal to 1, cos 90 is equal to 0. That is undefined. Same as if we have 90 plus 180, then we can write it as 2n plus 1 into 90 degree, or which can be written as tan 2n plus 1 pi by 2 is originally undefined. That is why happening here. That is the case of first one when we are thinking about the tan. Next one may be for the cot. Suppose we have cot theta. Cot theta means x by y. So here the most important part is the denominator y. And we have cosec theta is equal to y, 1 by y. So cot theta is not defined when y is equal to 0, and that may happen only when we have x-axis or revolving line coincide with x-axis. So once again, check the condition. We have a coordinate system x, x dash, y, y dash. When that happens, suppose the first one, the OP, the revolving line is according to here. So the angle we are finding counterclockwise, that is pi, or it may be a complete rotation, then another pi, or it is another one, two complete rotations, first rotation, second rotation, and then another pi. So it may happen for theta is equal to, another one is there, pi or 2 pi or 3 pi or 4 pi, in that way. Now I am kept a blank. That means on the x-axis, not only the pi, another condition is there when we have 0. That is also the 0 degree, because on the positive x-axis, 0 is also there. So it may be 0, it may be pi, another one 2 pi. 2 pi means from 0, pi, pi. So 2 pi. Same as 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. In that way, it is proceeding. Or as like in the positive, it may be minus pi, minus 2 pi, minus 3 pi, minus 4 pi, and continuing. So you may check here, theta means, we can write, theta means n pi, where n is any integer. Just describing it once again. Suppose n is equal to 0. So we have theta is equal to 0. Suppose n is equal to 1. So theta is equal to pi. N is equal to 2. So theta is equal to, that is 2 pi. In that way. Or n is equal to minus 1. So we have theta is equal to minus pi. N is equal to minus 2. So theta may be minus 2 pi, in that way. So that is our condition. When theta is equal to n pi, cot theta is undefined. So simply we can write here, when theta is equal to n pi, n is any integer, cot theta is undefined, or the revolving line is on x-axis. Same as here, we can define it. Just you can write it here in the same way. Suppose here, when n is equal to 0, we have theta is equal to, n is equal to 0 means theta is equal to pi by 2. When n is equal to 1, theta is equal to 2 plus 1. That means 3 by 3 pi by 2. N is equal to 2. We have theta is equal to 5 pi by 2. Or it may be n is equal to minus 1. So theta is equal to minus pi by 2. N is equal to minus 2. In that way, theta is equal to minus 3 pi by 2. So simply we can say, when theta is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2 tan theta undef or undefined, and when theta is equal to n pi, so we have cot theta is equal to undef. Next one, why we should say the value of sin theta and cos theta always belonging between -1 and +1. Just check here. We have x belonging between -1 and +1, and y is belonging between -1 and +1. X means we have cos theta. So cos theta is belonging between -1 and +1. Y means sin theta. So sin theta is belonging between -1 and +1. So that is the condition from the unit circle, and that is from the measurement of the triangle. So we can summarize the 4 trigonometrical ratios or the 6 trigonometrical ratios like that one. That means in a suppose table, the circular function, the second column domain, that is theta in circular measure, and the range. First one, suppose for the sine. In that case, all real numbers, that means the theta, and range must be between -1 and +1. For the cos, that is also for all real numbers. Here the range is also -1 to +1. Then the tan, all real numbers, but other than 2n plus 1 pi by 2, n is integer, so gives us all real values. Look, already we have said that for the n, value of n when theta is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, tan theta is undefined. So here we can say when theta is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, except that value, all the other values of tan are real. Then for cosec, that is also all real numbers other than n pi. N is integer, gives us all real values except -1 and +1. Why cosec n pi has been given? What is the value of cosec? Cosec means sin theta means we have y. So cosec theta means 1 by y. So when y is equal to 0, that means the x-axis. So when y is equal to 0, we have no value, and that is only happening. Also, we have found it using the cot theta, that when y is equal to 0, that means n pi is defined. Y is equal to 0 means on the x-axis. So cosec has all the real values of theta except n pi. Same as for the sec, that is also giving all real values except there should be 2n plus 1 pi by 2, where n is integer. So it is also giving us all real values except -1 and +1. Once again, we may check it here. Sec means that is coming from cos. Cos theta is equal to x. So sec theta means 1 by x. So when x is equal to 0, that means the y-axis. And already that is the case of tan theta, that when x is equal to 0 or coincide with the y-axis, so that means 2n plus 1 pi by 2 is undef in that case. So that is also the thing we are writing. That means in the case of sec, all real values except 2n plus 1 pi by 2, that is not giving. And finally, the cot. So that is all real numbers or values except already we have find in pi or n is integer. So it is giving always all real values. So always we have to remember that the range of sine is always from -1 to +1, cos -1 to +1, tan for tan, that is 2n plus 1 pi by 2, giving us undefined for cot, n pi giving us undefined for cosec as usual n pi, and for sec 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Suppose the first question, very simple question, given that if cos theta is equal to -5 by 12, in which quadrant theta lie? So from the coordinate system, we can say in the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Already we had all t functions are positive, sine is only positive, or cosec is only positive. In the case of third quadrant, tan is only positive or cot is only positive. And in the fourth quadrant, that is cos is only positive or sec is only positive. So here that one is giving us a negative value. So negative is possible where now in the second quadrant the cos may be negative, in the third quadrant cos may be negative. Check, in the first quadrant all are positive, so that means cos must be or cosine must be positive. In the fourth quadrant cosine or sec must be positive, so theta may lie in second or third quadrant. Same as, suppose another question given, if tan theta is equal to 4 by theta, sorry 3, theta lies. Check, here that one is positive, so that may happen in the all case, in that means in the first quadrant or in the third quadrant only. In the second quadrant tan is negative, in the fourth quadrant tan is negative, so theta may lie in first or the third quadrant. Okay, already we have said the sign of any particular trigonometrical function or t function in any quadrant can be remembered by the all, sin, tan, cos, or already we have said add sugar to coffee. Okay, always we have to remember sin theta and cos theta cannot be greater than 1 and also less than -1. Suppose someone has written like that, the value of sine theta is equal to -3. That is an impossible case because sine theta is always in between -1 and +1. Suppose some value has been given, cos theta is equal to 5/4. That is also not possible because in that case, the cos means greater than 1. And always we have cos theta lie between -1 and +1. Suppose we have cosec theta, that is 3/4. That is also an impossible case because 1 by sine theta, that does not mean it always has less than value. Okay, you may check it also, that is 1 by sine theta. So as 1 by, so it may be in between the real value except -1 and +1. Check. Already we have written here that the cosec has all real numbers other than n pi and all real values except -1 and +1. Okay. Same as if we have the sec theta is equal to -4/5, that is also not possible. Okay. So the next questions are how we can determine the values. Determine of or determination of values of p ratios from value of 1t ratio. Suppose we have given the question like that. The quotient of a certain angle is 13/12. That means the cos value of any angle is 13/12. Evaluate other p ratios of this angle. And for that, we have to find out a right angle triangle. So suppose we are drawing an right angle triangle like that. And from here, we should find the other p ratios. Whatever we have given, that is cosec theta is equal to 13/12. That is our theta. Suppose that is O, that is P, that is M. What is the meaning of cosec? Cosec means we know that is hypotenuse by perpendicular. Hypotenuse by the perpendicular. So hypotenuse means here that is representing 13 and perpendicular means it is representing the 12. So we may write that is our perpendicular. So we may write it as 12 and we may write the hypotenuse as 13. Now use the Pythagoras theorem. What the Pythagoras theorem said, that we have OM square is plus PM square is equal to OP square. So we may find the OM square from here, that is OP square minus PM square, or that one is equal to 13 square minus 12 square, which one is our 25. So OM square is equal to 25. So OM, always remember that must be plus minus square root of 25, or that is plus minus 5. So we may write OM as plus minus 5. So once again, I am saying we have the value of cosec theta, that is 13 by 12. Cosec means h by p, so hypotenuse is equal to 13. P is equal to the perpendicular, that means 12. So from here, using the Pythagoras theorem, we are finding the value of OM, or the base, and that is plus minus 5. So we can find out all the other t ratios, like we have now can say. First one, we had cosec theta, that is given 13 by 12. So sine theta, obviously 1 by cosec theta, that is 12 by 13. Now cos theta. Cos theta means base by hypotenuse. Base by hypotenuse. Now base is equal to plus minus 5. Hypotenuse means 13. So that is plus minus 5 by 13. And according to that, we have sec theta is equal to plus minus 13 by 5, because that is 1 by cos theta. Then we have tan theta. Tan theta means we have perpendicular divided by base. So perpendicular is equal to 12, base is equal to plus minus 5. So we have plus minus 12 by 5. And cot theta, that one must be the reverse of tan theta, that means plus minus 5 by 12. So in that way, we can find out the other t ratios from a certain angle which is given. Last one problem, the same type. Here the question has been given like that. If cos theta is equal to 5 by 13 and theta lies in the fourth quadrant, here that has been given. Find the value of 2 minus 3 cot theta divided by 4 minus 9 square root of sec square theta minus 1. Here also cos theta means we have cos theta means base by hypotenuse. Okay, so once again we are drawing the right angle triangle here. That is our right angle triangle, and according to that we have like cos theta means base by hypotenuse, and that has been given 5 by 13. So base is equal to 5, h is given as 13. So here we are writing hypotenuse as 13, base as 5. And according to that, we have obviously from the previous example, we can say that is our O, that is our M, that is our P, that is our theta. So that must be plus minus 12, not plus 12 only. That must be plus minus 12. So from here, another one thing has been given. Theta is in fourth quadrant. So when theta is in the fourth quadrant, that means we have all sine, tan, cos. So sec theta or sec theta is positive as in the fourth quadrant, but cot theta is negative. We have to find out the cot and sec. That's why. So sec theta is positive, cot theta is negative. So find out the value of cot theta at first. Cot theta means here that must be cot means we have uh, base by perpendicular. Base by perpendicular. Base means here that is 5, perpendicular means 12. But always remember cot is negative. So only minus 5 by 12. And we have sec theta. Sec theta is positive. Sec means we have hypotenuse by base. So hypotenuse means we have 13 and base means 5. Okay. So already we have found cot theta minus 5 by 12. Sec theta is equal to 13 by 5. So find out the value of that particular function, or the notation is 2 minus 3 cot theta 4 minus 9 sec square theta minus 1. Just put the values. 2 minus 3 into minus 5 by 12, as that is the value of cot theta, and 4 minus 9 into square root of 6 square, that means 13 by 5 whole square minus 1. Simply put the values, that is 2 minus 3 into, that is plus 5 by 12, and that is 4 minus 9 square root of 169 by 25 minus 1, or that is 2 plus 15 by 12, that is our 4 minus 9 into, that must be 144 divided by 25, or more calculation we can say that is equal to, the numerator is now 39 by 12 and the denominator is 4 minus 9 into 12 by 5, or that is 39 by 12 into minus 5 into divided by 88, or the result is minus 65 divided by 352. So that is the answer, that is the solution. But you have to remember only the cos theta has been given. So according to that, we have find the base and the hypotenuse, and then as theta lies in between the fourth quadrant, so we have to remember in the fourth quadrant which t functions are positive, which t functions are negative. As cot theta is negative, so we are using the minus. Sec theta or cos theta is equal to positive, so we are using the positive value. Then just put the values and find the complete answer.